Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So in today's video we are discussing Zenyatta, a hero that is very close to our hearts here at Overwatch Central and that we currently see a lot of potential in. Without rambling on too much at the start, we're going to go straight into this with some graphs and stats.
Overall, when comparing stats and graphs, we can see that Zenyatta seems to be gaining a bit again. What we mean by that is that his pick rate's going up. He's doing better in public matches in pro play, and is basically just picked more. Speaking about pro play in particular, we have this graph here showing a 125% gain in pick rate for Zenyatta since the Season 5 start and the 2 patches since then. This graph comes from Overwatch Dataspace, and the stats from it comes from Winston's lab. This is just for pro play, but you can check the websites out below. But either way, this is a very interesting sign, and when it comes to professional play, we sometimes see these small gains, or big gains in this case, translate into a pick rate gain in public matches as well, and just across the board later on. This is because people are sort of copying the pros as well, looking at what they are playing, seeing what they are playing, and hoping that that will work in their games too. But also a lot of times, matter of fact, it's just that pro players pick up on certain strategies and ways of playing the game that are very optimal, that a lot of the player base will then adapt to. Speaking of the general player base and the normal public matches though, we've seen a slight gain there too in stats actually. Zenyatta is just being picked slightly more now, but it's always going to be hard to move some of the other supports as they've been in such a popular and safe spot for such a long time. Ana dropped a little bit in popularity from the start of Season 5, but it really hasn't been that much. It's gonna be very hard for Zenyatta to contest those heroes in particular and contest those spots, but there's clearly potential here and an overall gain in Zenyatta pick rate.
So what caused this rise in Zenyatta play? Why is he looking like a strong hero right now, especially in this upcoming patch? He wasn't buffed, he wasn't nerfed, nothing happened to him, but a lot of this has to do with the shift in playstyle and team lineups. Dive compositions are ran a lot, which means more Winston, Tracer, Genji, Pharah, D.Va, all sorts of stuff are seen a lot of play, all of the mobile heroes. Zenyatta works well with a lot of them, and with more Winston shields being plopped around the map, it's also harder to heal as effectively with Ana, because you need to get through the enemy shields to do so. Not to mention that D.Va is also seen more play now than before, and is yet another hero that arguably gives Ana more problems than Zenyatta, especially when she can eat up the grenade with her defense matrix. So all of this sounds great for Zenyatta, but to ground ourselves a little bit, I also just want to highlight that if you don't have a hero on your team that's going to look out or peel for your Zenyatta, such as a Roadhog or any form of DPS that can look after the Zen, it's going to be really tricky to stay alive. Whilst we're definitely seeing the popularity boost and the potential in the hero, he is still far from overtaking Ana in pick rate at the moment in time, but with Blizzard's current stance and also previous history with balancing for Overwatch, it is interesting to look back at Zenyatta's PTR experience. He has been changed quite a few times in the past, but more recently Blizzard have been looking to help Zen out. The most recent change to Zenyatta was a minor DPS buff, and the latest experiments that we saw on the PTR with Zen was him being able to apply orbs through barriers, so through Reinhardt shields and stuff like that. And whilst those changes in particular didn't go through, it doesn't seem like Blizzard have any plans to nerf Zen, but are rather leaning towards potentially buffing him a tad more. However, we've seen a very similar thing with D.Va recently, a hero that didn't get buffed but is suddenly being played a lot more, so Blizzard might be reconsidering those plans.
So to sum it all up, Zenyatta isn't just randomly gaining in popularity. We've tried to explain the reason behind it, that being dive comp and other meta shifts. On top of that, a lot of people have been talking about the potential of Zen for a while, and now there's actually stats to back up the fact that he seems to actually have a good chance here to just see more play across the board. Zenyatta is a very interesting hero that I personally have been keeping an eye on for a while. We could definitely be seeing a lot more of him in not too long. So if you do play a lot of Zenyatta, then hey, you're in luck. It seems at least. It's gonna be hard to move some of the other support heroes, of course. We try to be realists like that, I guess you could say, and we all know how incredibly popular and how high Ana's pick rate still is. As per usual, if you want to check out any of the sources to all of this and our research for this video, then you can check the description below. It's got a bunch of links in it to all the different sources we used for this, basically. But yeah, other than that, let us know what you think. Drop a comment down below with your thoughts on Zen, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of Zenyatta, whether you've been playing him yourself, how effective you've been on them. But also, do you think he needs buffing, nerfing, or is he perfectly fine where he is? It's always interesting to look at these heroes that have no changes really to them after a few weeks, I guess it's been since we've seen Zen changes. So it's really interesting to see where he is now currently. But until next time, take care. We'll see you then.